Hey guys, what's going on? This is EJ Roll13. Welcome back to another video in on the behind the scenes channel. Today I thought it'd be interesting to show off how I edit my videos. So there's gonna be half for like just showing you guys what I do, if you're interested, and half for showing Dave because Dave's gonna be starting editing my videos soon. Just because at the minute I've not got the time. If I'm just quite frankly, I've not got the time. So he's gonna be starting editing the Lovely Worlds. That's the only ones that really take the most time. This is going to be part one. I'm going to show you how I edit the building videos, and then in the next part, I'm going to be showing you how I edit any tournaments. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let's get started. So the first thing is the intro. Hey guys, what's going on? This is EJ Robbo123 and welcome back to a Minecraft Let's Play video. We're building something. So I normally leave it to around the pan and then I generally start jibber jabbying. So I normally cut out the bit of jibber jabber, cut back in when I say hello to Harry and Harry Jr. and then leave it until I pick up the box and then we'll go get the dogs. So this is how I do that. So I think I've just said, let me change my view. So I'll split it, and that'll be clip one. My computer's running quite slow at the minute, just because I'm recording at the same time. Hey guys, what's going on? This is EJ Robbo123, and welcome back to a Minecraft Let's Play video. And this is a video inside of EJ's Lovely World. Today, we are going to be changing my view. So yeah, as you can see, it switches from the first clip to the second clip. So yeah, I'll chat around for a little bit here, and then I'll cut that bit out, and I'll cut back in when I say hi to Harry and Harry Jr. So can you see that like weird cloud? Oh right, I wanna put this in because it's cool. So I wanna show you. So I'll just cut to there. So it might sound a bit strange, like I go, oh, I want to show you something, like, you know, come straight in. But yeah, it shouldn't sound too weird. I want to show you something. So can you there we go. Oh. Right, so I'll leave this bit in because this is where I'm saying hi to Steve. So cut there. And then now it looks like this, and then I'll just say hi to Steve, then I'll cut until we're down at the build where I'm explaining what we're doing. Right, I'm gonna do something you should never do and get in the back of Steve's white van. And there we go, I'm going to end it there. That's my favourite thing to do, where I say something, and I'll be saying something which sounds relatively normal, but I'll just cut it halfway through. Like I did it with Build Off the other day, the other week, where Dave said we were building each other, and Dave said, "Oh, I built it from a picture I've got of you." From one of your videos, and I just cut it at, oh, I did it from a picture I've got of you to make it sound really bad. It's one of my favourite things to do. Right, I think that's yeah, that's been edited. This one just seemed like the perfect fit to go there, but yeah, anyway, let me just leave you out there, Jem, and I guess you can join us today. I should really get a horse of my own. Right, so this is where I've done the dogs. I have put them here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to reorder it. This is what I often do if I forget to go get the dogs. I just put it at the start, just so it, you know, makes sense with all the rest of the videos. So I just leave it at me saying good morning to the dogs, and then I, like I say, I put it straight after that last clip where I got the things for day box. I've just been constantly riding Jem around for the last few episodes just because I keep forgetting to get the dogs. I'm very sorry. I don't know what's happening with my memory recently. Right, thank you, Jem, for waiting. Oh, hello. So we're building, like I say, by them. Right, okay. If it's something like that where I am just in the middle of talking to something and I don't say good morning to them, then what I have to do is I just leave the clip out. because if I just leave in half the conversation, then it just sounds weird. But if it sounds like if I include the whole conversation, it just takes too much time up in the video. And I generally like to get the videos under about 10 minutes. Around 5 minutes is preferable, just so people can just come watch it, get the know what we're doing. It's basically a whole 20-minute video but edited down. And I think what I'll start doing soon is I'll just record the whole build in one, get everyone on for each video, and then I'll edit that down into one video, just so then that way it's a build per video, and I'll probably just do like one a month or one a week or something, if it is that, just to give me time to edit them and plan what we're going to be building and stuff. Mob Trap, which was actually, fun fact, the first thing I built in Bedrock all them years ago. Oh, no, probably just over a year ago. Yeah, let's just make it dramatic, okay? So yeah, this is a bit of no man's land, and like I say, I want to fill it with mini games, and we're actually going to be building one which is going to take up most of the space. So yeah, let me just try and stick this horse here, and then there we go. Right, you guys. So I think I'll include that bit just so everyone knows where Gem is. Whoops, so I just scroll it back a little bit. Yeah, let me just try and stick. There we go, that was perfect. So I need to go back a little bit more. Which is going to take up most of the space. And I think that's where I come in. So I'll cut that bit out. Yeah, let me if I win, I don't know, I'll probably... Right, and that went on for a little bit too long, as you can see, so I think I'll just leave it where I block the horse in. So yeah, let me Right, and then I'll just leave it at that, and then I can skip ahead a tiny weeny little bit. Maybe what we're building today is... Right, so this is me explaining what we're building. So this is best. I always leave this bit in, and I just leave the whole bit of me explaining in and me starting in, just so people know what we're building. And then when I say, right, I'm going to build 20 blocks along here, I'll cut to the last block where I say 20, and then I often turn and show the whole line, and then I say, right, I need to build along here, and do this. So I always edit that bit out. As I always leave in the bit where I say what I'm going to do, cut out the bit where I'm doing it, and then show it being done or the last few blocks being placed. Or if it's stuff like, okay, I need to do this 5 times, then I often speed it up, which I think is what I'm going to do a few times in this video, if it is how I remember. Oh yes, need to skip this back a teeny bit. But yeah. Right, I think that's the bit where I started explaining it. So I'll do but yeah, cut that off, and then. Anyway, so what we're building today is 2 massive tridents, and it's actually very handy. Have you got a Riptide trident, Steve, that I can nick for a Oops. Oh. There we go. Right, that's basically explaining the game done. So I think I'll cut out where I'm heading back to the house, and I'll just leave in the oops. Tridents, either in the rain or if you stood in a pool of water. Oh. Oops. Oh, I've got an elytra. I don't know why I'm so excited about the elytra. Yeah, I can leave that bit in. Pool of water. Oh. Oops. Done. Right, now I think I'll just go and get the elytra, and I head back there. But yeah, that's me explaining the game. So then what I'll do is I'll cut back to heading. Well, or that's the premise of the game. I've got an elytra. So you see, things like this is the stuff I'm mainly cutting out because I'm just going on. Whereas I'm just cutting to the bit where it's essential. So like me explaining what Riptide is, that's the premise of the thing. The premise is Riptide. And then sorry, I'm just getting comfy. Yeah, premise of the minigame is Riptide. And yeah, I'm explaining what that is. And then I'm going to leave in what I'm explaining what the game is as well. And I've also explained what we're building. So I'm just waiting for me to explain what the game is. And for me to start building it. That's what I leave in. Like I say, the repetitive stuff, if it's like building along in a straight line, I just cut it out. Or if I say, right, I need to build up this wall, I'll cut it out. But if it's like, okay, I need to do this 3 times, I'll show me doing it once, and then I'll speed it up, which I'm going to do for today, building the things. And then I'll come back in and I'll say, right, I now need to do the other trident on opposite, and then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed that bit up. So yeah, that's my plan. That's what I generally do. Same, because you can be swimming around in water. See, I'm still going on. So this would be like, I don't know how long this would be. Where you can do it like this today, where you can do it in tunnels of water. So we're building Here we go. Right. So this is me explaining what the game is, the essential components of the game. So I'll come in here. You see, that's 1 minute and 10 seconds of me just waffling. So cut that. Done. And now this is me explaining the essential component of the game. Right, you see, I'm waffling again here. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut it for when I go through the roof. When I hit the roof. Right. And then I'll speed up to that bit because I can't be bothered watching all that again. Through the roof. There we go. Glitched through the roof. There we go. Set the firework off. So we're using the same mechanic as this, where you can fit into 1 block high spaces. That's also another bit I'm going to include as well, just so I can. It's another bit of me explaining what the game is. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to leave it because I've explained pretty much all of what the game is. I've explained it's a race to get to the end. I've explained how you're going to get to the end and what the mechanic you're going to be using is. And yes, and I've explained what the game's going to look like. So now I'm just going to leave it. Any more explaining I'll do because I've not really got anything else essential to leave in. So like I say, I'm going to leave out the rest until I get to me building. So that should... Oh, God. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm going to include this bit because it's me placing the first block. So this is me building the handle. I don't know why it's gone all the way back there. So that's... yeah, that's all that faffing around for a minute. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna cut that waffle about the beds out, but I'm gonna leave it in where I'm gonna say, right, Steve, do you want to build on the other side? And then what I'll do is I'll show me how long I'm gonna build the handle, and then I'll cut out the rest of me building that, and I'll show you an example of me doing that now. I did consider actually doing it in the same one, but I realised that there's no reason. Right. See that doesn't need to be said because I just kind of forget when I'm on about halfway through. Right, done. Perfect. So now I'm going to cut it until it's the handle. Because the tunnel's going to be going this way. And now this is where I'm building the handle, so I'm going to leave this bit in. So if I get rid of all that where I was just building up 7 blocks. There's going to be the handle. So we need to do this, and I might as well just get a few of them as well. We've got a lot of white concrete as well. We're not digging anything away today, I don't think. Anyway, right, so this goes. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it at this goes, and then I'm going to do me counting the last block. So this goes, and then 20 or however long it is. Let me quickly go back up there. I've not really mastered building on Bedrock yet. 13, 14, 15, 16, 7. Right, and then that last one, like I say, I'm going to leave it in. 14, 15, 16. And then this will be 17. So you see, that's 30 seconds gone, which just saves a lot of time. See, look, we're 3 minutes in already, and we've already done quite a bit of progress as well. I've explained all of the game, and I've cut out all the waffle, so it is quite efficient doing all of this. It's efficient for the viewer anyway, not for me. 17, and then I just need to fill this tunnel in, and then Steve's got the right. And then when I say that, I'll fill in this tunnel in, and then that'll just cut to me with it all filled in. Perfect. Right, so now I just need to cut out me building this tunnel. Really? Okay. Just short. And then this will probably be me explaining doing what's it called? The spikes at the end of the trident, whatever it's called. The actual shot bit. Right, so that's just me waffling on again. I don't even think I know what I'm talking about there. So what I'll do is I'll say, and then I need to go up and do it, and then down and do it, and then I'll speed it up. There we go. Right. So now I'm going to cut out me doing that bit and just going to speed it up. So what I do for that, it's an interesting bit, is I go to just any like different folder I've got. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in that same file, speed it up, or cut to the bit I need, cut out the bit at the end, speed it up, and then just add some music to it. And then I'll bring it in and then speed it up again so the music's high pitch, so it's protected against copyright. And then what I'll do is that'll be in the video, so that'll be quite simple. And then I'll just carry on from where I left off. And then I believe there is another sped up section after. So for the first sped up section, if there's going to be two, I often use just one called TV Tune, and it's quite happy and upbeat. So and then there's another one as well which I use, which I can't remember the name of, but I'll listen through and I'll probably recognise it. So I just need to look for the bit where I said, and this is going to be built up and down. Oh. That's the one. I just need to mute it for a second. And then we're going to be going up and doing the same thing. Then we're going to be going down and doing the same thing. Right, and then that's about where I cut it. So now I just need to basically like skip ahead until I've built them both. Anyway, right, let's go like this, and then we can move across like this. And then that's pretty much the job done. Right, so yeah, and then I'll leave it until that just before me saying that's pretty much the job done, so it cuts smoothly. So I'll leave it until I place the last block. There we go. Right, I'll split that bit off the end. And now I just need to get this so it's about a minute long. So I'll mute it first. And then I just need to adjust the speed so it's about a minute long. So that should be about 4 times. Yep. Maybe, in fact, I'll just get it just under a minute. So maybe, I know because the next one's 8 times. That'll be too short. Yeah, okay. So it's just over a minute long. So now I can put the music back in. And then what I need to do is I need to export it. So I've got a file which I just like overdub every time I need to do stuff like this, where it is take from the same file. So I just go to the bottom and yeah, it's called sped up. Wherever sped up may be. Oh, there it is. So now yeah, that's just exporting, and then when that's finished exporting, I can put it into the actual one, and yeah, that'll be and then I'll speed it up so it's protected against copyright, and then yeah, I've just got some more editing down to do. So now that that's finished exporting, I can back out of this one, go back into the one which I was originally working on. When it loads up, I can export the file from the videos folder into this, and then I can just stick it at the end. So it'll be right at the bottom, sped up. There we go. You can see the file's changed. So I need to put it between those two. And then what I need to do is I just need to speed it up a little bit, like I said, for copyright reasons. And then I'll just watch it through just in case anything's happened. Oh, no, not. Yeah, these are the handles, and then right. So now I just need to jump ahead. I think it was about 3 minutes. Anyway, don't forget your dogs are in there, Harry Jerry. Right, let's that's the weirdest thing to come back into. Don't forget your dogs are in there, Harry Jerry. This. Right. So now I need to remember the part I said it was going to come back on, which is where just after I've placed the final block. So I'll place that. Perfect. Right. So now I'm gonna just have a little look at the continuity. So I'm gonna watch that bit. Oh no, you can't see it. That bit, the time lapse, and then the bit after, just a tiny little bit, just to make sure it continues properly. So we're gonna be good, which is gonna stop the water flow. It also, like I said, the black isn't like as if it's. Right. So I am going to include that bit just because it is important for gameplay. Just so you can get from level 2 to level 3. That was easy to get to. Thank you, Steve. Right, so I think I'll come in here. And like I say, you can see the video's only 4 minutes long, and look how much we've got done. It makes us look efficient, basically, which is always a positive when I can look like something I'm not. It's like an Instagram filter. Instagram filter. Right. So let's do this. So it's going to go to is we're basically going to build exactly what we've just done, but on this side. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it there, because I know all I'm saying. Oh, so yeah, let's speed it up. Oh, one more thing is oh yeah, and I forgot to mention and you know, stuff like that. So what I need to do is I need to bin that old file off, and then I need to bring in the next file along, which I did check all the files before this. It is this one. And yeah, I just need to speed that up the same and add it in. And I think this is going to be longer, just because we're just doing something which takes longer. So if I speed up by 16 times, oh wait, 8 times, 4 times. If I do the same, 3 minutes is too long. Right, let's do by 8 times. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to an older video and just see what the tune was. If I listen to it, and then I can listen through to all of these. Right, it probably would be underneath this. Here it is, Weekend Getaway. So I just put that over there, and now instead of using that sped up file, I'm going to overdub the original file, just save space on my laptop, and then that'll be exporting. Then once that's exported, I can put it into the actual video. Right, so the thing's finished exporting now, so I'm just going to put it into the actual video. And then what I'm going to do is, if it loads, I think everyone's being a bit slow at the minute. Yeah, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the final clip as well. So as you can see, overall this video is 5 minutes long, and now with this at the end, and it being sped up, it will be 6 minutes and 14 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing as I'm just going to check the continuity of it. What we're now going to do. So yeah, now I'm going to add in the next clip, and yeah, that's where that one ends. So yeah, like I say, I'm going to add in the next clip, which is just me saying bye. So I'll just edit out all my waffle. So yeah, I'll leave it at the rewards for getting out the tridents. Then I think I'll demonstrate it. And then, so yeah, your reward for getting through the tridents is that you get to get out. See, I need to be quite quick with that. You get to get out. You get to get out. Right. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, if I just cut the next bit out, and I think I just demonstrate it. Can I just nick your tridents? Right, and now I'm giving a run through of how the game is played. So I explained it at the start, and now this is me giving the full demonstration after we've finished building it, which I always do like to include as well. Probably about 25 minutes. But I'm going to also cut that bit out for about the length, because it wasn't 25 minutes, it was 8. But the game works, and I think that we did some good progress. There we go. Just a bit of praising. But yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job. But yeah, anyway. Right, and now this is the bit I always include, and then I always just generally leave this bit as it is. And then there we go, this is me starting the outro. So like I say, I always leave this, like this proper outro bit. Yeah, anyway, unfortunately this ends here. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. In the next video we're going to be coming here with all the helpers, and we're going to be playing my Terra Tridents minigame. Bye! So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch that through again, just on its entirety, just on my own, and I'll yeah, and then that's the final part. But yeah, I don't need to record that at all. So yeah, in a few days there'll be a part 2 to this on how I edit my tournaments. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. This has taken an hour for me, so for me to edit it and all its bits. But it has been a relatively complicated building one to edit, you know, because of all the speeding up and that. But most of the time it is just build, then edit, then build, then edit, no speeding up. But yeah, anyway, unfortunately this is the end of this one. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next behind the scenes video on Tuesday, I think. But yeah, bye.